Okay, Assalamualaikum students. All right, we're going to, it's either we start with the students who didn't present last week, or we start with the student um, in the list this week. So who didn't present last week? Show yourselves. Muhammad Azizi and Humaira. Where are you? Okay,
Me.
I'm going to be, we'll start with Azizi first. Okay. Let me just get your slides. I hope you emailed me your slides along with your portfolio already. How come you emailed me 2 times? Azizi, which one is it? The first one or the second one? Yeah, but you emailed me 2 times. I'm going to delete. There are 2 emails. I'm going to delete one. Okay, so which one should I delete? This is yesterday. This was yesterday, 8:04 a.m. This one is at 9:18 a.m. Which one should I delete? I'll delete one of them.
Sorry, miss, I can't hear me. I can hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me? Are you using a laptop or are you using a phone?
I use a laptop. Also, I use phone.
You have to turn one off. That's why it's lagging. You have to choose one. Okay, I have your slides with me now. I just need to turn on the evaluation form. The most dangerous countries in the world, right? Zizi?
Yes, yes, miss.
There's an echo. Are you still on your phone and on your laptop? Turn off that now.
Okay.
There's an annoying echo going on.
Okay, miss. I presenting now? Or
Wait.
I open my slide. So now,
Okay, why don't you just use your laptop because I can hear you and I can see you very clearly. Okay, so just use your laptop to present your speech. Okay, so I'd like to remind everyone to please make sure that you have a timer on standby so that you can set it to 5 minutes for your speeches. Who is this? Who is Jamalia Samsudin? Is this your mother's laptop? Azizi? Remember we have a new format? The format. You're not following the format, Azizi. What's the format, class? I do not like repeating myself. What's the
Because
presentation format, everyone? I gave you a new presentation format. What's the presentation format? That's not the format. Hello? We're waiting for a response.
You don't have to present your screen. Just show yourself on the video.
I changed my email.
We have to use our own account.
Azizi, if you're not presenting, I'm going to call on the next person. Who is the next presenter?
Me, Humaira.
Okay. All right. Humaira. Okay, what's your full name, Humaira? I need to write down your name in the evaluation form.
Nur Humaira binti Faizu.
Okay, week 7, is it?
Yes.
Nur Humaira. Okay. Right, and then let me just search for your slides. Okay, so your title is Reading Habit Among Malaysians.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you can set the time to 5 minutes and you may begin.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all of you. Today, I would like to talk to you and tell you about reading habits among Malaysia. So, Malaysia love to read, but there is some areas that we can be improved in reading habits. So, it is about 87% Malaysia have inculcated reading in their life, and Malaysia reads an average of 15 books a year, and it is increased from 2 in 2005. So, according to Arif Hakimisani, he said that he was hoping that the new reading campaign that initiated by the education minister will get the serious funding and receive public support. And I am interested with this topic because I thought that the reading habits in Malaysia has been decreasing, but according to the statistic that I gained from National Library of Malaysia, showed that it was increasing. Based on the first chart, show that the number of membership application in National Library of Malaysia in 2019. So in February 2019, it has been recorded um, the lowest of membership application in National Library of Malaysia, which is from 2,916 to 2,563. And there was a gradual increase of member of the number of member application in National Library of Malaysia from January to May 2019. So the second chart showed the number of borrowed materials in National Library of Malaysia in 2019, and the highest number of the borrowed material is 34,916, which is in January 2019. And there was a gentle decrease of borrowed material with 34,916 60 to 27,293 in January and February 2019. So the method that can be used to encourage the reading habits is by teaching the younger generation to read since they were young. So the parents should play their role by read for their kids since they were young, such as do bedtime stories. So the second one is the teacher or the school also can attract the students with science knowledge based comic book style, which is more attractive for younger generation. So, in conclusion, both of the chart shows increase of reading habits in Malaysia, but it can be improved. And also, the government should give full attention in reading habits, improving reading habits by doing reading campaign, and also decorate the library to attract the people to go to the library. And as we know, Malaysia is still a developing country, and we have to be a knowable. And the fastest way to be a knowable people is through reading. That's all from me. Thank you. Miss.
Okay, what you said, noble. What do you mean by noble?
Um, um, people with more um, noble is like have knowledge. I mean, like people that have knowledge about.
You can just say knowledgeable people. You can just say that the more you read books, the higher your knowledge, the more your knowledge will increase. I think that would be, you can just say it as simple as that. Overall, your presentation was quite simple, was organized and easy to follow. Okay. However, in terms of, I think in terms of preparation, you're still lacking. I think you still need a lot more practice to, a lot more practice before you present a speech, because you were stumbling on your words just now. So yeah, I think that's what you would have to improve. Okay. Thank you,
Thank
Mara.
you.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Let's move on to the next presenter. Is Azizi still alive, or is he still online?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, wait. Let me just
I'm
save
ready.
Myra's evaluation
Can
form before I
you
proceed
see
to
me?
you. Hold on.
What form?
Okay. Can you show yourself? I only see your profile picture. Are you Ibnu Shams? Is your username Ibnu Shams? Azizi? Which one are you? Where are you, Azizi? Azizi, show yourself, please.
Okay, Miss, I already turned on the camera.
All right.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you, but yeah.
Maybe my line is not good.
Which
So,
do you feel comfortable? Do you want to use your phone or do you want to use your laptop? Choose
I use the
one.
laptop. I use the laptop.
Laptop.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you take off those earphones? I want to see whether it works better without your earphone because
Oh, okay.
Izzy, what did I say about presentation? I don't want to see it in front of me. You're supposed to be presenting a speech by showing yourself. Don't show me your presentation slides.
Okay, Miss, can you hear me?
I can see you and I can hear you. Hold on. Okay, you should be presenting yourself, not your slides, because I already have. I'm looking at your slides through Gmail. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be presenting your slides. You should be presenting yourself because I'm going to be paying attention on how you present the speech.
Okay, Miss.
Did you read? Did you read my WhatsApp messages, Azizi?
WhatsApp messages?
I explained about the new format. Did you read it? All students should be reading whatever announcements I make on WhatsApp. If you miss it, that's just going to affect your how I assess you all. So yeah, please don't take light of all the messages that I post on WhatsApp. This is not just to for Azizia that I'm talking to. I'm directing it to every single student in this class, in this group. Whatever messages I post, because I'm not the kind of person who would just post something randomly if I feel like it's not important. So yeah, I hope that whatever updates, whatever information I post in the group, you pay attention to it. Please know the difference between, my answers, my information, because yeah, the WhatsApp group is created solely to talk about ELC. Any question you have, any answers I post, yeah, please keep updated on that. So if you have, if you've forgotten about it or you don't know about it, you can always scroll back. Okay. All right, Azizi, are you ready now?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. You just set the timer to 5 minutes and you may begin.
Miss, can you see me?
I can see you, I can hear you very clearly.
Set timer. Okay, wait. I will set timer. I'm setting timer. Wait, Miss. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh to Miss Maskura and my fellow friend. Today, I would like to present a speech about the dangerous country in the world. I have chosen this topic because I want to share to all of you about the severity of crisis in the world's most dangerous country. First of all, based on GPI, which is Global Peace Index, which produced by Institute for Economy and Peace (IEP), measures global peace using three broad theme, which is the level of safety and security in society, the extent of domestic and international conflict, and the last one is the degree of militarization. Based on the article that I have done research on it, and also based on the GPI made by IEP, the most dangerous country in the world is Syria and South Sudan. Now we go to the ranking by Global Peace Index in 2015. On the left side is the full view issued by IEP, and I have provide three clear quote version on the right side and the other slide. On the right side is the indicator of peace worldwide country, which state the level of peace in every country. As we can see, the green color represent the peaceful country, and the red indicator is for the violent country. Okay, when it's come to GPI score, a lower number means a country is the most peaceful, and a higher one indicate the most violence. The most peaceful country with green indicator, which is Iceland, have the lowest GPI score with 1.148, contradict to the most violent country with red indicator, which is Syria, with GPI score of 3.645. Okay. Generally, 158 major incidents of violence against humanitarian operations occurred in 22 countries, affecting of 313 aid workers. Okay, this pie chart shows the attack by contact that occurred to the aid workers in the conflict affecting country in year 2017. The most incidents of violence that occurred is from South Sudan with record of 46 cases, followed by Syria with 31 cases and 15 cases from Afghanistan. Meanwhile, the other country also contribute to the incidence of violence with minor case each. As we can see, 3 cases from Congo, 4 cases from Pakistan, 6 cases from Yemen, 7 cases from Mali and Somalia each, and 8 cases from Nigeria, 14 cases from CAR, and 17 cases cumulative from 12 countries that is not mentioned. As the conclusion, Syria and South Sudan are the most dangerous country in the world, and the main factor for the conflict in both countries are civil war and also the rise of ISIS in Syria, which caused the index score to be among the most dangerous countries in the world. Last but not least, the recommendation that can be made from this article for lessen the violence against citizens and aid workers alike by signing a ceasefire and power sharing agreement among conflict countries. As Malaysian, we must not travel to this type country because it is not safe to stay in and have a vacation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. I think your speech presentation was quite organized. I understood everything from start to finish. You kept it simple. Okay. Your visual aids were also helpful. Okay. However, that you're not one to pay attention to the details. You know, you didn't follow the format. I told you that the maximum should only be 2 visuals and 2 articles. You didn't follow that rule. And judging from how you presented yourself in the beginning, I think I also assumed that you didn't pay attention to my WhatsApp messages. So yeah, I need you to be more alert next time, because when I give instructions, I give them in detail, and when I give them in detail, I expect students to, it's always posted in the WhatsApp. You can always scroll back to read the instructions again. So yeah, if you still don't get it, then it would be your own fault. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Azizi.
Thank you,
The
Miss.
next presenter will be okay. The next presenter will be the first presenter of week 8. If I'm looking at the list, so Nurmaizatu Liana, are you here? Are you present?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Let me just save Azizi's evaluation form.
Yes.
No. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Maizatu because she's
Okay.
presenting. Okay, Nurmaizatu Liana, can you give me just 1 minute to search for your email?
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, domestic violence in Malaysia, is it?
Yes, it is.
Maizatul, are you using a phone or laptop?
Laptop.
Okay. Are you speaking into a microphone at the moment? Are you using your earphone mic?
No. I'm not using
Okay,
my.
because your voice is very low. It sounds like you're far away. Like
Okay.
yeah, I can't hear you very clearly. Okay, have you set the timer to 5 minutes?
Yes, Miss.
All right, so when you're ready, go ahead and you may start presenting.
Okay. I will start now.
Yeah, Maizato, you have to speak louder because really, see, your voice, I can't hear you. It sounds like you're far away, like somewhere in the distance. Your voice is far away.
Okay, Miss.
So you have to speak louder than normally, okay?
Okay. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Miss Mastura and all my friends. My name is Nomaiza Tuliana binti Muhammad Adnan, and today I would like to talk to you on the topic of domestic violence in Malaysia. Women's Aid Organization WAO defined domestic violence as a pattern of violence, abuse, or intimidation used to control or maintain power over a partner who is or has been in an intimate relationship. Fundamentally, domestic violence is all about power and control. There are various forms of violence, including physical, emotional, psychological, sexual, social, and financial abuse. So I have done some research that related to this topic. Today, I would like to show to all of you that domestic violence, especially in Malaysia, is getting more serious from time to time. However, I will focus to top 3 states that have serious cases of domestic violence. Now, looking at the graph, this graph represents the cases of domestic violence in Selangor, Pahang, and Kedah. As you can see, Selangor recorded the highest cases of domestic violence compared to Pahang and Kedah with 91 cases. This is because Selangor has many residents and it is not possible to increase the number of cases of domestic violence. The second highest state is Pahang with 56 cases overall. Meanwhile, Kedah had the lowest cases of domestic violence with 34 cases. Then next, we're going to look at the causes of domestic violence. As we can see here, anger is the main cause of domestic violence, which is 48% cases. Uncontrollable anger causes men or husbands or partner to commit violence by hitting, slapping, or kicking. It means if we can control our anger, domestic violence cases cannot be avoided easily. Then misunderstanding over many issues between the partner was the second largest cause that contributed to domestic violence, which is 27% cases was recorded. Moreover, this study also identified drug addiction as the lowest cause of domestic violence compared to others, which is 25% cases. As a conclusion, domestic violence is a very serious case that have to be treated very well. So I suggest that the government should hire a special committee to take part in this matter in order to review these cases. Besides that, they can have an interim or emergency protection order to provide safety for the victim and family members involved. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. What was the treatment you mentioned just now? I didn't catch the last one. Treatment or therapy or what? You mentioned as the recommendation wasn't very clear to me.
Hire special committee.
What?
Hire special committee to take part in this matter.
Okay. All right. Actually, we have an organization. Do you know what that organization is in Malaysia?
Ministry of Women Development.
Yeah, you should mention that. So you cannot just say hire a committee. You have to be very specific, especially since if we have the available organizations, NGO or whatever organizations are already there, you should name them. Okay, so that your audience, if your audience, this is an informative speech. Therefore, your audience would like to know, okay, what kind of committees are available or organizations. That kind of information would be very useful. Yeah, overall, your presentation was simple, okay, but it was very organized. It was easy to follow, so that's good. Just make sure that next time, if you're going to, be very specific. You have to name names, give examples, okay? So that would really help to ease understanding of your audience's understanding of, the point or the message that you're trying to get across. Okay. All right. Thank you, Maizato. We'll move on to the next presenter.
It's me, your Adlina Alia Bintina Azma.
Okay. Give me just 1 minute to save this. The next presenter is Nur Adrina Alia, is it?
Yes.
Okay, let me just search for your Gmail here. Okay, hold on. What is the title of your topic, Adelina?
Cyberbullying among students in Malaysia.
All right, set the time when we may start.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning to Miss Mastura and my fellow friends. So today, my name is Nur Adrina Alia binti Nur Azman, and I would like to talk about cyberbullying cases among students in Malaysia. I am interested in this topic because I would like to create an awareness about cyberbullying, and I have done some research about it. What is the meaning of cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is a type of bullying that uses digital devices like mobile phone, computer, tablets to stalk, harass, threaten, or intimidate someone else. In today's society, cyberbullying is a bit worrying, especially among the teenagers. Cyberbullying can happen via text messages, online gaming, social media, and any other apps that allow people to access and exchange information. Cyberbullying involves the sending to posting, sharing of negative, harmful, false or mean content about someone else. So the background of topic is, according to New Straits Times, UNICEF, and United Nations, uh, of the Secretary General of Violence Against Children, in 30 countries reported 1 out of 5 students who had been cyberbullying is tend to skip their classes. The central idea of this topic is cyberbullying can give harmful effect towards students. Based on the line graph shows the number of cyberbullying cases in year 2012 to 2016. In year 2013 recorded the highest number of cyberbullying cases, which involved 389 students. The cases of cyberbullying in 2013 recorded the highest, and in year 2014 it reduced, and in 2015 also reduced, which is 291 and 256 students. In year 2016 it increased to 338 students. The highest number of cyberbullying is in year 2013, and the lowest number is in year 2012, which is 250 students. Next, the effects of cyberbullying among students is those who are being cyberbullying, who are continually being cyberbullying and belittled can may suffer from less self-esteem and will not be interested in studying and participating in school activities. This will ultimately lead to depression, which can end up making them suicidal. It can be concluded that cyberbullying among Malaysian students is indeed worrying. Cyberbullying cases cannot be taken lightly as it can affect students' emotion to study. As recommendation, to lessen cyberbullying cases, students are advised to install applications to protect their computer and social media accounts, and do not post pictures of them or entertain those who are trying to harass them. That's all from me. Thank you. Miss, I cannot hear you.
Okay, sorry. I turned off my mic because I didn't want to distract you from the sounds I was making while I was passing you. Very simple. Okay. I feel like there could be more information now. When I'm looking at your slides, and I feel like it's not enough information because you just posted one graph and that's it. No labels, no other, extra information that could unique your slides. You have to make your slides visually appealing, please, for you to get a good score for your visual presentation. So that's one thing I think you should improve for your persuasive speech. I like it when students keep it simple when you explain it in a simple manner. And I like the conclusion that you gave towards the end about controlling the use of, media, I guess, social media, so that to curb cyberbullying from spreading. But I wish there could be more interesting information. I think that's how you can improve your speech to be better. All right. Okay, thank you very much, Adlina. We're going to move on to the next presenter now.
Miss, can you hear my voice clearly?
Oh, hold on. Can you repeat that?
Can you hear my voice clearly?
Now I can hear you. Let me just search for, you must be Nur Fatiha? The
Yes.
visual campaign? Okay, wait, yeah. Human trafficking in Malaysia, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so if you've set the timer, you may begin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Miss Nik Mastura and all of my fellow friends. My name is Nur Fatiha binti Zulkifli, and today I am going to tell you about human trafficking in Malaysia. So, my background of topic is United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime report. They reported that organized crime syndicate in human trafficking are growing in Asia, particularly in Malaysia. So, I am very interested to learn the human trafficking practices in Malaysia and have been done study on it. So, what is human trafficking? Human trafficking is an illegal activity that humans are being traded and manipulated by force, coercion, and fraud. This activity is considered as modern slavery. So, why humans are being trafficked? What are the reasons and the factor? Firstly, forced labor. Forced labor is the situation when the people are being trafficked, work through the use of violence. And secondly, sexual exploitation. It is the act committed through the exploitation for personal benefit and financial gain. So, let me tell you the data and statistic about human trafficking in Malaysia. Firstly, the pie chart represents the number of suspected victims are being trafficked according to their citizen in the year 2019. Firstly, Vietnam citizen was the highest percentage of suspected victims are being trafficked in year 2019 with 37%, while China citizen is the lowest percentage of suspected victims are being trafficked according to their citizen in the year 2019 in Malaysia, with only 6% than the others. Secondly, the line chart illustrates the total of human trafficking cases according to Royal Malaysia Police Agency from year 2015 until 2019. Year 2016 showed a sharp increase of total human trafficking cases from year 2015, which is from 128 cases in 2015 to 439 cases in year 2016. But then, the total of human trafficking cases in the year 2017 until 2019 decreased from 410 cases in year 2017 to 247 cases in 2019. This shows us that many legal actions have been taken seriously by the government and authorities from time to time. In a nutshell, both data and charts show the total of human trafficking cases as well as citizens involved in human trafficking cases in Malaysia. This illegal activity happened due to few factors and reasons as what I explained before. So we as a human need to avoid and prevent these cases because it can cause many bad impacts such as HIV and AIDS that come from sex exploitation activity. As a recommendation, participation of all parties, either it is a government parties, private parties, and the public society must prevent and combat these cases. In my opinion, the government should provide and encourage the public society to give them information if they know and see the human trafficking activity happen near them. So last word from me, say no to human trafficking. That's all from me. Thank you.
Very well done. It was actually quite pleasant to listen to your speech. Unlike how I like your body language. Very, I think, yeah, I like your body language. You look and sound like a presenter on the news. You maintain eye contact, and your slides are quite simple, easy to understand. Just one thing though, please be careful of your pronunciation. It's actually trafficked, not trafficked. Okay, so yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, you don't have to pronounce the ed at the back. So just yeah, when you don't know how to pronounce a certain word or certain words, you can always Google online to yeah, and you can always listen to the audio, the pronunciation that you need. So yeah, just work on your pronunciation there. All right. Overall, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move on to the next presenter. Okay, according to this list that I have, Nuril Naura. Are you here?
Yes, me.
Right. Hold on.
Miss, can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you, but it's I think it's like, are you using a laptop or you're using a laptop? Is it?
Yes, I'm using laptop.
Okay. Well, I'll try my best to understand you because your video is quite blurry. Can't really. Yeah, it's okay. I can see enough. I think it's all right. Wait, let me just find your slides here.
Okay.
All right. Consumer satisfaction of public transportation.
Yes.
Wait, public transportation or just monorail?
Public transport. Monorail is monorail user in Kuala Lumpur.
Okay. I would. Yeah. All right. I'll advise you on this after your speech.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Miss Nick Mastura and my fellow friends. My name is Nurinaura binti Fahrazi. So the title of my speech today is The Consumer Satisfaction of Public Transport Monorail User in Kuala Lumpur. So why I choose this topic is because as the monorail consumer myself, I have been wondering what is the most factor that satisfy consumer to use the monorail and what can be improved by Prasarana Malaysia. As you know, the capital of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, is the city of the business center and tourist destination. That also make people face traffic congestion every day. To reduce this heavy traffic, the government have developed one of the most modern transportation system in this region. It is called KL Monorail. On 31 August 2003, the monorail system started operation that utilized two-car train which can accommodate 158 passengers and consisting 11 stations start from KL Central to Titiwangsa. So the next slide is the graph show that the number of monorail user Kuala Lumpur from year 2003 to 2012. In the year 2003 have shown the least number of monorail which is 2,917,065. It is because the monorail system was started of operation in that year and it's still new to get people to know about the KL monorail. After that, the number of monorail users rapidly increased in year 2012, which is 24,435,931. It is because many people satisfied the improvement of KL monorail service developed by the government. So the next slide is show the second graph that illustrated about the factor of KL monorail consumer satisfaction in year 2012. Based on the graph, the percentage significantly show the consumer very satisfied to use KL monorail to reduce traffic congestion and environment friendly factor, which in average is 15.71%. Next is the low percentage show the factor that unsatisfy the next is the low percentage show the factor that unsatisfy the consumer in average 11.42%. It is mean the consumer want the government to provide extra coach service and route to the other destination as improvement to the system. In general, users of public transport system KL Monorail is quite satisfied with the condition and quality in 2012. So to maintain the quantity of users and to increase the profit, it needs to be pursued, which is to improve the quality and quantity seat in the train and aid routes to other destinations. Other than that, public transport service are part of the basic infrastructure and essential in the development of a country. In an effort to reduce congestion, air pollution, and energy saving, to develop and the aesthetic of a modern city. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Noril, that was well done. It was very easy to listen to. It was smooth flowing, and I like the fact that you used transition signals, like when you were switching from moving from one slide, first slide to the second slide. You actually mentioned that, so it was easy for me to, follow your speech as I went along the slides. So that was that's good. That part was good. I just have a question to ask you regarding your title here. The title is taken from the article itself, or did you create your own title?
Uh, The title is I take from the article.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like it's like too wordy. I mean, if you're just going to say monorail, if it's either public transport or monorail, but in this case, you have to be very specific. So I think the title would be better if you could just say consumer satisfaction of
KL monorail. Yes.
consumer satisfaction of on the usage of not the usage consumer satisfaction by monorail users in KL or in
Oh,
Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, that would be clear enough for me. This one is quite a mouthful. So okay, but well done. Thank you very much. I appreciate the fact that some students have been following the advices and tips I've been giving over the past couple of weeks. So it shows that you actually listen. Okay. Because when you follow my advice, it makes it easy for me to assess you. Yeah, I give you a all right, thank you.
thank you, Miss.
Right, our next presenter is
Me.
Nur Nabila binti Muhammad Zailani, is it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can I start?
Fun, yeah. I need to find your slides.
Okay.
How do you pronounce this word? Did you look up the pronunciation of this word? The title
Yeah,
of your topic here?
ischemic.
Is that how it's pronounced? Ischemic?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let me start.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to all of you. My name is Nur Nabila binti Muhammad Zailani. So today I would like to inform you about ischemic heart disease. So I choose this topic because I'm interested to know more about this disease and factors that lead to this problem. In 2018, there are five principal causes of death in Malaysia. First, ischemic heart disease. Second, pneumonia. Third, cerebrovascular disease. Fourth, transport accident. And fifth, chronic lower respiratory disease. According to the Department of Statistics in Malaysia, the latest statistic shows that the main causes of death in Malaysia is due to the ischemic heart disease. with the average of with the average of 50 people dying every day. So do you know what is ischemic heart disease? Ischemic heart disease, or known as coronary artery disease, is a term given to a heart problem caused by the narrow heart arteries that supply blood to our body system. So the first graph shows the gradual increased number of death cases due to this disease from 2010 to 2018. 2018 shows the highest number of death cases with 18,267 cases, which is rapidly increased from the previous year 2017 with 13,503 cases. The rise of this number is because of several factors such as high cholesterol, diabetes, and smoking. The second graph shows the number of death cases due to this disease in 2018 according to geographically area. Urban cluster recorded 12,101 cases, while the rural cluster recorded 6,166 cases only. The prevalence why the urban cluster is higher than rural cluster is because the total population of urban cluster in Malaysia is 76.4%, while the rural population cluster is 23.96%. So the factors that lead to the ischemic heart disease is because of lifestyle factors. First, high cholesterol. It can be defined as a condition that causes the high level of bad fat and lipids in our blood. When there is too much cholesterol in our blood, it can increase the risk of it can increase the risk formation of plaque. Then it will lead to the narrow heart arteries, which will make less blood and oxygen that reach to our heart muscle. This can lead to the heart attacks and stroke. Second, diabetes. Excessive glucose level in the bloodstream will damage the arteries because of the fatty materials that build up within it. It will cause the artery stiff and hard, and it will lead to the heart disease. Third, smoking cigarette. Chemicals in cigarette smoke will cause the blood thick and form clots inside the arteries. So it will cause the arteries will be tightened, and it will so the arteries will be tightened, and it will make our heart work harder than usual. Then it will lead to the heart disease. So as a conclusion, ischemic heart disease should not be taken lightly, because it was the main cause of death in Malaysia, and it can kill people regardless of age. So even though there is modern treatment and medication, but the prevention is always better than cure. So I recommend and suggest that we should live a healthy lifestyle in order to prevent ourselves from this disease. For example, take healthy and balanced food daily. Reduce the food with high cholesterol. Do not smoking. Do an exercise regularly, and do a health checkup every year. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, very pleasant to listen to. Simple, straightforward words. However, be careful of your sentence structure. You stumbled upon some of the words. Okay, it could affect your speech. And then there was, when you mentioned about what the causes of, I'm looking at your slides right now, and I don't see, it says here the main causes of death. Now I see it in this, the first bar graph, it's only the percentages, which you explain in, through descriptions and analysis, but you didn't exactly posted it on your slide. So I would appreciate it. No, it shouldn't be too wordy. It should just be point form to explain the reasons of the causes that could lead to ischemic heart disease. Okay, that would have been very helpful. Okay, so those were missing. And another thing is, are you looking at the camera? Because I feel like your eyes is looking elsewhere.
Yes, I'm looking at.
Are you sure? I think try looking to your left a bit. To your left a bit. Yeah, there you go. Now you're looking at me. I think you're looking at the wrong place.
I thought that we should look at.
If you can you turn to the left, like what you did just now? Yeah. See, that's what are you looking at? Are you looking at the screen right now, or are you looking at the camera?
Yes, at the screen.
Oh, when you look at the screen, you're actually facing the camera. But when you look towards the camera, you're not making eye contact. I think now I figured out why students have not been making eye contact, because you were looking somewhere else.
Because I'm using phone.
Your phone? Oh, okay. So you're presenting using your phone.
Yes.
Now, I was wondering why some students, or most of you, were looking somewhere else. I was thinking, why aren't they making eye contact? No, I know. You're looking at the camera. You assume it's the camera, is it?
Okay, now I'm looking at the camera.
Now you're looking at the camera. Are you looking at the camera, or are you looking at the screen?
At the camera?
Yes, that's what you should be doing. You should be looking at the camera.
Okay.
When you were presenting just now, were you looking at the camera or were you looking at the screen?
I'm looking at the screen.
Ah, that's the problem. You always, body language is one of the aspects of body language is maintaining eye contact with your audience. So if you're doing it online, like this Google Meet session, in order to make the eye contact should be made towards the camera and not the screen. You can glance at your screen because you want to look at the points that you are trying to explain, but always maintain eye contact.
All right. Does it
So
affect my marks?
no, it doesn't. But in terms of eye contact, yeah, it does. It actually because body language. So
Okay.
yeah, it was yeah. In terms of body language, I feel like you could watch the video that I posted as a sample for you to use as a guideline when presenting your speech. You can see how well the body language is in terms of hand gestures or eye contact that the speaker makes when she is presenting. And also, there are two more videos that you can look at. The most effective way to, because the reason why body language is important is to maintain your audience's interest. So if you're just sitting there and then you're just speaking, so it's obviously there's not much to see. There's not much to pay attention to because you're not just presenting your content, your information. You're also presenting yourself. Okay, so it has to be visually and physically appealing to the audience. All right, thank you, Nabila.
Thank you.
Let's call on the next presenter. Okay, our next presenter is Nurul Ilyani. Where is Nurul Ilyani?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Let me just fill in this form. Ilyani, your voice is not very loud. It's not very clear. Could you somehow make it clearer so I can hear you better?
Wait. Can you hear me?
Still no different. It sounds like you're far away.
Wait.
Social media usage among teenagers in the United States.
Okay, Miss, can you hear me? Clearly?
I can see you, but can you take off the earphones? Can you try using just your laptop? Maybe it could be louder.
All right. Wait.
Okay, say something.
Okay.
Can you say something?
Miss, can you hear me?
Still faded now. Okay, try using that mic on your earphone.
All right. So, can you hear me?
It's the same. There's no difference. Okay, never mind. Just you don't need that anyways, because it's going to sort of be a distraction. You can just no, you don't need the mic. You can just speak the way you're speaking now. Okay. So just set the timer to 5 minutes, and you can start right away.
All right. Okay, can I start, Miss?
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Miss Mastura and all my fellow friends. Today, I want to tell all of you a topic about social media usage among teenagers in United States. I choose this topic because social media is one of the platforms where people all over the country can communicate, share, or exchange information among each other in virtual communicate, such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram account. Okay, next slide. According to the Pew Research Center, YouTube and Facebook are the most popular social media platform in United States. However, these social media seem to be less and less appealing due to the frequency factors by the teenagers on social media. So we go to the next slide. Based on the diagram one, it shows the frequency of the teenagers' usage on social media in 2012 and 2018. In general, as you can see in 2018, that teenagers seem more receptive on social media than 2012. The percentage of social media usage on social media more than once in a day is highest with 70% in 2018 from 34% in 2012. According to the Common Sense Media, fully 7 in 10% these ages from 13 until 17 checking their social media more than once in a day. Meanwhile, the frequency of the teenagers who does not use any social media in 2012 and 2018 ranked the second highest. This is because teens in United States claims that social media is not important in their life. So next slide, on the diagram 2, according to the latest edition of People Jeffrey B. Annual in Taking Stock with Teens show the comparison percentage between the four social media applications, which is Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook usage during the spring season from 2015 until 2019. This social media gets the same total percentage with 88% in 2018 and 2019. Snapchat and Instagram are instantly grow platform with 75% and 73% each among teenagers than Facebook. According to the Pew Research Center in 2018, the use of Facebook among teenagers is low due to the income factor. In United States, Facebook is used for low-income people looking for their extra expenses. This shows how the technology landscape for young people or teenagers has evolved. It also showed that Snapchat gradually increased from 2015 until 2018, even though Instagram is the most well-used platform among teenagers. As you can see, the relation between the diagram 1 and the diagram 2 show the social media such Snapchat and Instagram successfully gain their popularity because the teenagers use it more than once in a day. And the last slide, what can I conclude is the change or rank on social media is depends on which group of society active in social media, and it also depends on how much they spend their time on social media. However, spending too much in social media are very, very, very detrimental. So my recommendation to reduce this bad behavior, they must change their lifestyle by engage in interesting activities such as cooking, gardening, or some activities. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, very interactive. I like the different intonation that you use intonation is key, class. Because if you could just imagine, if you just, if you're memorizing this, if you're using the same flat tone, it would be very dry and boring to listen to, compared to if you use different types of intonation, you play with your voice. When you explain something, you can sense that your intonation changes, high pitch to low pitch. When you have that kind of variation in your intonation, it makes it much more appealing to listen to people talk. Just but if I could say something for you to improve on, would be the recommendation there. I think I did say that you should provide examples, but like when you give examples of the kinds of activities that young people can do, I mean, in general, I think it would be better if you could mention that, because it's, social media is, no matter whether you're indoor or outdoors, it's, if you're always stuck on your phone, you're always looking at the screen, it's going to make you antisocial, for example. So it would be best, I think, the kind of recommendation that I think teens should know about is that, you learn to, widen your social circle, learn to actually make friends in real life so that you're not seen as antisocial and you're not emotionally awkward or socially awkward when you're interacting with people. Okay, yeah, that would be a great advice. The examples you provided, I think, it's not bad, but not everybody would enjoy, like, I think it's just a bit too simple. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The example of activities is a bit too simple. It's like narrowed down to specific people only, whereby, if you're going to provide a recommendation, it should be in general, that would, cater to teens all over the world. Okay, but I still think that was well done. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you,
I'm
Miss.
going to call on the next presenter. Do we have about 5 more to go, or six more presenters to go? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nurus Hazani. Nurus Hazani?
Yes,
Nurus
ma'am.
Hazani.
Can you hear me, Miss?
Yeah, I noticed that AC students usually have unique names. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I always notice that about my AC students. Whenever I get a group of AC students, I will always look at their names. You have very unique names. And it's very hard to pronounce, to spell. Wait, I need to look at your name again. Nurus Hazani.
Nurus Hazani.
Oh, okay. Oh, see how unique your names are? I can't even pronounce it. Nurus Hazani.
Yes, that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Children's engagement. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Miss Nik Mastura and fellow friends. My name is Nur Shazani Atika binti Syahrul Anwar. So today I would like to talk about children's engagement with outdoors and sport activities. I am interested in this topic because outdoors activities, outdoor activities has a strongly valued or its positive effects on children's well-being, and I have done some research on it. Outdoor activities are essential for children. This is because outdoor activities promote mental health as it can expose children to fresh air, sunlight, and the beauty of the world around them. So the background of this topic is, according to Children's Society 2013, spending time outside and engaging in physical exercise has been attributed to enhance physical exercise to enhance the short and long-term well-being of a child due to a number of causes, including physical and mental health well-being enhancements. They engage in more social interactions, can develop empathy, collaboration, and cultural competence. Thus, outdoor activities also lead to a decrease of anxiety, depression, and also hyperactivity among children. So, as we can see in the first bar chart, it shows the average of leisure time spent per day on all activities for all children and participating children. The highest data recorded from the participating children, which spend the most average time in sport activities with 106 minutes. Thus, the lowest data was recorded from all children who spend their leisure time of sport with 15 minutes time. Next, the second bar chart displays the average time spent by activity type for all children and participating children by sex for year 2014 and 2015. We can see that boys spend significantly longer in sports activities at 40 minutes per day on average compared with 25 minutes per day for girls. Meanwhile, girls who participated in entertainment spend the most of their leisure time at 162.78 minutes on average compared to boys with 106.29 minutes. In a conclusion, both of the bar charts shows the average time per day spent by children during their leisure time. We can see that children nowadays tend to spend their leisure time on entertainment instead of outdoor activities. Before I finish my speech, I would like to recommend to all of you for making sure your child and your siblings are involved in exercise into their daily life, and you can mixture of several things. For example, you can leading in doing sports together, keeping it fun and encouraging them to do so. But don't force children to do sport. You have to encourage, not to force them to do sports. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right, Nirshazani. Overall, it was a simple presentation, but I could understand everything from start to finish. The words also were simple enough. I feel like in order to maintain audience's interest, you can actually show be more outspoken, be more confident in your delivery. Because I think you were a bit too soft. And another thing is, I'm looking at your slides now, and I feel like the information should actually, even though with in a form of bullet points or just 3 words or 4 words for every heading, subheading, you should actually include that. Okay, because you just left it as background topic, central idea, and you left it empty. Yeah, these 2 slides, the second slide and the last slide were left empty. So at least provide some bits of information. I'm not expecting you to copy and paste from your outline, because I don't want slides that are too wordy. Just just the main point in just 3 or 4 words would be sufficient. All right.
All right. All
Okay,
right.
thank you very much. Let's move on to the next presenter. Yeah, our next presenter is, let me just look at the name list. This is Nur Zahira binti Nasir.
Me, madam. Me. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't really care about the labels and stuff. Wait, let me just. Nur Zahira. Okay. Zahira, have you submitted your portfolio, your slides? Because I can't seem to find it in the email.
Yes,
You did.
I emailed it yesterday.
Was it a username? What's your username? I don't see your name.
Zahira, ZHR double H.
Is it a double H? Z-A-H. How do you spell it? How do you spell
ZHR.
Z-H-R? You
Double
really
H.
double H. Z-H-R double H. So it's Z-H-R-H-H.
Yes, my email.
Now
My email, right?
I still can't find it. This is why, class, this is why it's very important for you to use your real name for your email, because this is what happens. Your email gets lost. Yeah, I can't find it. Please.
Zahira Nasir. I already emailed it.
Zahira Nasir. Okay. Where did I put this? Okay, Zahira Nasir. Okay. Now I found it. Okay, what's that? That was difficult. All right. So obesity among teenagers in Malaysia.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead when you're ready.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to Miss Nik Mastura and my fellow friends. My name is Nur Zahira binti Nasir and today I will tell about obesity. My point here is why obesity frequently occurs among teenagers in Malaysia. I choose this topic because I think this topic is good and important to share with everyone, especially teenagers. First, let me brief a little about obesity. Obesity means having too much body fat. It is different from being overweight and weighing too much. The obesity can lead to the serious and potentially life-threatening conditions such as cardiovascular disease, heart disease, diabetes, and also some cancers such as colon cancer and breast cancer. Besides, Malaysian food culture may bond people together over the variety of meals, but this also has led Malaysians becoming obese. According to the United Nations International Children Emergency Fund Survey, 12.7% of Malaysian children aged 5 to 19 years old are obese. It made Malaysia becoming the second highest country among the other Southeast Asian countries. Now, we move to the second slide. Here we can see the statistic of unhealthy habit of food intake among teenagers in Malaysia. This statistic had been carried out by the Ministry of Health Malaysia in 2007. The prevalence of obesity are mostly due to the lifestyle and unhealthy eating habit among teenagers in Malaysia. Diet among teenagers in Malaysia are tainted by the fast food and sugary treats. Firstly, the average daily intake of sugar among teenagers in Malaysia are increased from 7 teaspoons in 2012 to 10 teaspoons in 2017. This is more than the recommended limit sugar for the adult. The improper intake of sugar can lead to the obesity. Sugary drink also can lead to the weight gain and obesity and the diabetes. Second, the unhealthy habit of eating meal after 9 p.m. also can contribute to the risk of obesity. Based on the survey by the Ministry of Health, 70% of Malaysian teenagers consume heavy meal after supper 1 to 6 days a week. This poor timing of meal can affect cholesterol level and raise glucose and insulin level. Lastly, breakfast is paramount. It promotes better weight management, but those who skip breakfast are at the high risk of obesity. Unfortunately, there are still many teenagers who skip breakfast regularly and underestimate it like nothing will happen to them. Now, we move to the next slide. Obesity among teenagers being one of the factors Malaysia are included in the rise of obesity among Asians. This slide shows the position of Asian countries with their obesity problem. Malaysia has seen a rise in the number of obese with 15.6%, the higher than the Asian countries. Malaysia is Asia's fattest country with approximately half of the population obese and overweight. The World Health Organization WHO says that the rising cost of healthy food and food scarcity in underdeveloped nations is a contributing factor to obesity. But cultural and social norms also contribute to the obesity. In Malaysia, we know that most Malaysians are tempted to choose fast food that is unhealthy and being more factor to obesity.
What happened? She disappeared. Did she lose connection? Hello? She's disappeared. Zahira? Are you still there?
Maybe she lost her connection, Miss.
Yeah, she disappeared all of a sudden. She's not even in the list. She was doing so well, and then she got disconnected. Okay. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to save her evaluation form. Okay. While we wait for Zahira to come back, let's move on to the next presenter, Siti Nur Nadiha.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, hold on, yeah. Diha, is it?
Yes.
You gave me 2 emails. Which one should I delete and which one should I keep?
The latest one.
So I'll delete the old one, yeah?
Yes.
The latest one has the slides as well. Okay, hold on, yeah.
All right.
All right. I just need to save your name. What's your name again? Your name is quite long. Siti Nur Nadiha. Okay. Let me just get the evaluation form for you. Okay, when you're ready, you may begin.
All right. Thank you, Miss. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Miss Nik Mastura and my fellow friends. My name is Siti Nuradiha binti Zahari, and today I'll like to share with you about plastic bag cause pollution in Malaysia. The reason why I choose this topic because I'm interested in plastic issue, which plastic is an undegradable problem. As we can see, plastic took many years to decompose in the environment. In Malaysia, plastic pollution is a very serious issue. According to a 2015 uh, according to a 2015 students according to a 2015 study in magazine Science magazine, it showed that madam, can I start again? Madam, can I start again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, madam. Sorry, miss.
There's nothing to be nervous about. I don't eat people.
I contemplate.
I'm just a direct person who says what's on her mind. But I don't really I don't really keep everything in heart. I just say what I need to say and I won't penalize you or anything. Don't worry about it.
All right. Sorry, miss. I got very nervous. Okay, I'll start again. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Miss Nik Mastura and my fellow friends. My name is Siti Nuradiha binti Zahari and I would like to share with you about plastic that can cause pollution in Malaysia. Why I choose this topic because I'm interested in a plastic issue, which plastic is an undegradable problem. It took many years to decompose in the environment. In Malaysia, plastic pollution is a very serious issue,
According to a 2015 study in Science magazine, Malaysia is the worst country worldwide for plastic waste. Based on Malaysian Plastic Manufacturer Association, every Malaysian throws away 300 plastic bags a year on average. It shows a huge plastic waste in Malaysia. Regarding on Malaysian habit, the issue of plastic waste raise and cause plastic pollution that lead to many factors. As the example, people like to litter freely and litter freely, especially the single-use plastic. As if we collect all the plastic, it can be a lot of plastic waste. Do you know that plastic bag is? Do you know that plastic bag can be a silent killer of marine life? As we know, plastic bag doesn't really degrade. As they break down, tiny particles of chemical toxin, which called microplastic, will enter into the ocean. It will be harmful to the marine animals such as fishes, sea turtles, seahorses, and so on by ingested the plastic bag. Based on the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, plastic debris kills an approximately 100,000 marine mammals annually, as well as millions of fishes. Other than that, plastic bag also can cause endocrine disruption. In plastic, it contains and endocrine disrupting chemicals such as bisphenol A or as known as BPA and phthalates, which it will be harmful to the human health problem. Endocrine disrupting chemicals interfere with the body's hormonal system, affecting development and leaving the body open to staggering range of disease. As the example, it can lead to diabetes and obesity as a consequence of body failure as body failure. Right. Next we move to the first graph. This first graph shows that the countries polluting the ocean the most. As we can see the graph, China is the highest country polluting the ocean the most, with 8.80 million tons of mismanaged plastic waste and 3.53 million tons of plastic marine debris. As we can see at the graph also, Malaysia at the rank 8, which is slightly increased with 0.37 million tons in Nigeria. This is not a very good news because we are in the top 10 of countries polluting the ocean the most. Next, we move to the second chart. On this graph, it shows the waste generation in Malaysia from 2012 until 2018. Okay, from the graph, we can see that we can see that the total waste generation in Malaysia increased steadily from 2012 until 2018. In 2018, the total waste generation is the highest with 30.9 million tons other than the other years. Okay, as for the conclusion, we can conclude that the waste generation increased steadily throughout the years and caused plastic pollution that lead to many effects. As for recommendation regarding on the issue of plastic waste, we should use a reusable shopping bag and support the government campaigns by saying no plastic bag, saying no to plastic bag, in order to reduce usage of plastic. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Nadiha, it was actually you were struggling when you presenting your speech. I don't know whether it's your nervousness. I think obviously it's because of your nervousness. I think that in order to improve, because I feel like that you had a lot to share. Okay, you had the facts, you have the interesting information. It's just that it's the way you present your speech that you know that somehow it affects your performance overall. So my advice would be for you to learn to overcome your nervousness, to gain confidence through a lot of practice. Practice speaking in front of a mirror, practice speaking, recording yourself on a video using your phone. Okay, that would be my advice. And another thing, I was looking at your first graph here. The countries polluting the oceans the most. And yeah, because this graph was used by another student of mine from another group, so obviously I would remember. I feel like it's outdated because this is in 2010. This is like way like 10 years ago. So I would recommend you always find visuals that are the most current that you can find. Yeah. So something that's like 10 years ago would be irrelevant and irrelevant and cannot be used. Information cannot be used. It would be better if you could have updated information. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Overall, the rest are okay. You just need to work on how you present your speech. Yeah. Nervousness is faced by everyone. It's just how much practice you put into your preparations. That's going to determine whether you are good or just average. Okay.
Thank you, Miss.
All right. Let's move on to the next presenter. Okay, who is next in the list? Is Zahira back? Is she back? Or is she still missing? If Zahira's not here, then we're gonna move to Siti Soleha. Okay. Are you there, Siti? Siti, can you show yourself? Make an appearance? The Siti Soleha Azhar, where are you? Where is she?
Miss, she left the meeting. Maybe the connection.
Okay, she's not here. I don't see her name in the list. No, now she's. Now I see her. Soleha, can you show yourself? Oh, now Zahira is also back. Okay, Zahira, you want to continue with your speech?
Yes, Miss. I already finished my speech.
Who was it just now who disappeared?
My connection was lost.
No, who was the student that disappeared just now? What is it? Nadiha, is it? Nadiha? No. Yang Nadiha. You were presenting and then the girl suddenly disappeared. The connection got lost.
Zahira.
Who is it?
Yes. Zahira.
Zahira, you finished presenting? No. Zahira ke?
Soleha ke?
Soleha ke?
Wait, let me just check.
Soleha. Zahira.
Zahira, you didn't finish your presentation. Your connection got lost. I think you were in the middle of your presentation. You were explaining your graphs, your visuals, and then suddenly you got disconnected, just disappeared. I haven't finished evaluating you. You have to continue with your presentation now.
Miss, can I use my phone?
Yeah, go ahead. That's more efficient.
Okay.
Okay, so where you left off, you were talking about. I think you stopped at having heavy meals after supper. Do you think you can continue from there? I can give you 3 minutes. You don't have to restart because I have already evaluated. I have already given you marks halfway. So, Ahira,
Yes.
you want to start again?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Do you think you can pick up the momentum from the middle of the presentation?
Inshallah. I try my best.
Right. Okay, just set your time to 3 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, let me continue. Second, the unhealthy habit of eating meal after 9 p.m. also can contribute to the Miss. May I start again? Okay. Second, the unhealthy habit of eating meal after 9 p.m. also can contribute to the risk of obesity. Based on the survey by the Ministry of Health, 70% of Malaysian teenagers consume heavy meal after supper 1 to 6 days a week. This poor timing of meal can affect cholesterol level and gain insulin level. Lastly, breakfast is paramount. It promotes better weight management, while those who skip breakfast are at the higher risk of obesity. Unfortunately, there are still teenagers who skip breakfast regularly and underestimate it like nothing will happen to them. Now, we move to the next slide. Obesity among teenagers being one of the factors Malaysia are included in the rise of obesity in Asia. This slide shows the position of Asian countries with their obesity problem. Malaysia has seen a rise in the number of obese with 15.6%, the higher than the Asian countries. Malaysia is Asia's fattest country with approximately half of the population obese and overweight. The World Health Organization (WHO) says that the rising cost of healthy food and food scarcity in underdeveloped nations is a contributing factor to obesity. But cultural and social norms also contribute to the obesity. The improving economic standard in Malaysia have brought to the lifestyle change that can lead to the more unhealthy diet among teenagers in Malaysia. In Malaysia, we all know that most Malaysians are tend to choose fast food that is unhealthy and being more factor to obesity. More to worry, kids nowadays like to eat this kind of food and dislike the healthier food. For a conclusion, statistics show that the high percentage among teenagers in Malaysia show that teenagers in Malaysia do not practice the healthy lifestyle in their daily life. Obesity occurs due to the unhealthy habit among the teenagers in Malaysia. As my recommendation, healthy nutrition guide should be started from their parent, as their parent serve as the role model to their children. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. I like the pacing. The pacing of your speech was nice, easy to follow, organized. The visuals are also interesting to look at. I have this one question about your second graph here, obesity in ASEAN. The year is not stated. What is, do you have the year for this graph?
Yes.
The year of the second graph, obesity in ASEAN countries. You have,
Yes.
the year is not stated, so I don't know whether it's in updated source or it's outdated.
Updated latest in 2017.
So this is the second graph. Obesity in ASEAN is, this study was conducted in 2017, is it? It was published in 2017? Okay.
Yes.
Don't forget to put that on your graph, yeah? Otherwise, yeah, otherwise I don't know whether it's really the, the most current data or not. All right, okay, well done. Although you got stuck, you got disconnected in the middle, but you did it. All right, thank you very much. Let's move on to the next presenter. Saleha, is it?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hold on, yeah, let me just see this evaluation form.
Okay.
Okay. Your full name is, this is Siti Soleha.
Yeah. Can you see me, madam?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to find your slides here. Your accidents in your item Shala. Siti Soleha. Yeah, I can see you and I can hear you very clearly. The title of your speech is Road Accidents in your ITM Shala. Is it road accidents in your ITM Shala? Hello?
Yeah.
It's slow. The connection is very slow.
UATM Shalom. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But the connection is very slow. The response is quite late. But never mind, try your best. Go ahead. Soleha? Soleha, yeah, are you using your phone or are you using your laptop?
Okay.
Which one are you using? Are you using laptop or mobile phone? And my second question is, are you using mobile data?
Laptop aku hang. Laptop. Macam lain macam hang sikit, madam. Laptop.
Using a laptop. Okay, are you?
Yeah, I'm using mobile.
Why don't you just present using your phone then? Maybe the connection would be better. Do you use your mobile phone? Present using your mobile phone. your handphone. Maybe the connection would be better if you use your handphone because
Okay.
you're using mobile data. So this is what happens when you use mobile data. It very slow connection and it lags. There are you get stuck sometimes. Videos get stuck. So you want to okay. I'm going to move on to the next presenter. So Soleha, once you are on your phone, you just tell me, yeah. Uh,
Uh, still some,
no, it's
I think that more better.
you want to use your laptop, but are you sure? Because I'm afraid that I might not be able to assess you properly, just because your video,
Oh,
because you cannot, yeah, your
okay.
video is it's very delayed. You can try, set your timer to 5 minutes and you can try presenting.
Okay. I'm trying to use phone.
Okay, disconnect now. Just use your phone. I'm going to move on to the next presenter. Okay, Sophia Maria.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Oh my God. All right, hold on. Let me just search for your name, for your email. Your title is Solid Waste in Malaysia.
Yes. Do you hear my voice clearly?
I can hear you. Let me just see if I can see you. Yeah, I can see you very clearly. All right, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Right. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to Ms. Mastura and to my fellow friends. So today I would like to share an information to all of you about solid waste in Malaysia. The reason why I chose this topic is because you know that Malaysia now is towards zero waste, and also I want to share to all of you what is our government's target on solid waste management so that we as Malaysian can help our countries. All right. Let's move to the first slide. Okay, before we move further, I would like to tell to all of you what is solid waste. So solid waste is basically unwanted waste that comes from human and animal activities, which are normally solids. For example, like organic waste, food waste, domestic waste, and more. So I have done some research with regard to this topic. According to Solid Waste Corporation in Malaysia, which is an agency that dealing with solid waste, he said that Malaysian produce about 38,000 tons of waste per day. Well, that is a big amount of number, you know. And with rapid development and the population increase and the waste generation will also increase. So my central idea of my speech is due to the increases of waste year by year, our government has set a goal and target on solid waste management. All right, let's moving on to the first diagram. So this is a line chart that represents the relationship between population growth and waste generation. As you can see, there are two dots here. The black one represents the population and the white one represents the waste generation. Okay, look at here that waste generation has grew gradually from the year 2000 to 2010. And on 2010, the population has increased about 26.9 million and the waste generation has risen more than 10 million tons. So based on this line chart, we can conclude that population growth and the waste generation are directly related. The waste generation has continued to rise due to the population growth. Okay, moving on to the second diagram. So this is a table that shows a target of solid waste in Malaysia. As you can see over here, the recycling rate as shown on the table has only increased about 0.5% from the year 2002 to 2006. And by 2020, Malaysia targeting a drastic reduction on landfilling by increasing composting to 8%, incineration to 16.8%, and recycling to 22.0% respectively. Like in all other developing economies, Malaysia dispose most of its waste by landfilling. So landfill will continue to remain as a treatment method that Malaysia use, but if it's not done in a good way, in a proper way, so it can give a serious effect to our health and also environment. For your information, on 2006, drinking water source was contaminated by leachate from solid waste landfill in Klang, Bali. So it shows that landfilling treatment method can give a serious effect to our environment if not done in a proper way. All right, next, my conclusion, we can safely say that solid waste management are very important to our life. So my recommendation to all of you, including me, in order to have sustainable waste management program, all sectors should work together as a team to improve public environmental awareness and also knowledge. So this can be done by practicing 3 Rs, recycle, reduce, and reuse at a home or at a school, at a college, everywhere you go, or just, practice zero waste as your daily lifestyle. I know it's hard to practice zero waste, but at least you try to reduce waste. For example, instead of using plastic, you can use your plastic bag, or you can use metal straw, or use something that can, easy to recycle. Because this is not just about our government and our country, but this is all about us, all about Earth. So I would end my speech with small changes can make a big difference, right? So it's never too late to start. I mean, if all of you want to say it's too late, but well, actually it's not. We just have to start better than ever, right? So that's all for me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum. I think that's too fast. Miss, is it too fast?
Yeah, I was just it was too fast. So you have to be very careful. I have the intelligence, the confidence, the um, body language was there, the eye contact was there, hand gestures and everything. But it was, I think the pacing could be more controlled. I think maybe you did it out of nervousness or out of excitement. You went too fast, you spoke too fast. The points were all covered, yeah. The visual aids were okay, but yeah, in terms of pacing, you have to be very careful that you use transition signals and you pause before you move on to the next point or the next idea. So that's what you would have to improve on when you present your next speech.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Sophia. So calling Soleha, are you there? I saw her enter just now. Are you on your phone now?
Yeah. Can you see me?
I can see you. Yes, and I think the connection is better when you're using your phone.
Yeah, I just know.
It's because you're using mobile data. If it's mobile data, then of course the connection would be better if you use your phone. One of the reasons why I told you to just, show a video of yourself is because it's quite difficult to transition from, presentation format to just regular presentation, just a regular video session. So yeah, starting from now, until your next speech, yeah, your second speech should all be presented in the same format. You don't need to show your slides because you've already emailed me your slides, so I can always find them and look at them while you present. All right, so your name is Siti Soleha, right?
Yeah, Siti Soleha binti Nur Azhar.
Okay, road accidents in UITM Shalam. Ready? Ready?
Wait. Timer. Okay, ready. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning to our Madam Nik Mastura, and to my fellow friends. Today, I would like to give an informative speech about road accident at UITM Shah Alam. I'm very interested to this topic and have done some research on it. Why I'm very interested to this topic? Actually, I'm interested to this topic because I'm thinking that this topic is really related to us, especially the new student at UITM Shah Alam, plus it also related to our life. According to International Academic Research Journal of Business and Technology, World Health Organization WHO claimed that the road traffic injuries are among the leading cause of death and injuries. And in the years 1999, it has ranked as 9 the leading contributor the burden of disease worldwide based on disability at just life years. Actually, the cases of road accident at UITM Shah Alam from 2009 to 2012 has been decreased due to 2 factors, where mapping road accident at the campus site and evaluate the related physical risk. Okay, next we move to the 2 charts that show the data of the article. Okay, the first chart show the trend of road accident at UITM Shah Alam from 2009 to 2012. The first chart, okay, for your information, 2012 recorded the lowest number of road accident at UITM Shah Alam with 50 cases. Furthermore, there was a gradual decrease from 2011 to 2012 of road accident at UITM Shah Alam with 22 cases. Okay, next we move to the second chart. Okay, the second chart shows the distribution of road users involved of accident at UITM Shah Alam from 2009 to 2012. Students distribute the highest number of road student users of accident with total 154 numbers of students. Okay. Next, outsider list sharp decrease of road users involved of accident at UITM Shah Alam with only 9 numbers of outsider respectively. So from this chart, we can see that students are the most group that really exposed to the road accident at UITM Shah Alam. Based on the both chart, we can conclude that the cases of road accident at UITM Shah Alam has been decreased due to 2 factors, which are mapping road accident at the campus site and evaluate the related physical risk. As the recommendation, the authority need to take serious into this matter by improve countermeasure and proper road safety, plus to ensure road safety, plus to minimize road accident at UITM Shah Alam. Last but not least, the recommendation for us as the new student at UITM Shah Alam, we must avoid to be in the hotspot location area at UITM Shah Alam, where in front of Melati College, Perindu College Junction, Delima College Junction, and Soroja College Junction. But if we are in the hotspot location area, we must be really careful and cautious in order to decrease the cases of road accident at UITM Shah Alam as 0 cases of road accident. That's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Okay, number 1, please learn to relax, because obviously your nervousness shows, it affects your speech. Learn to just control yourself and just say your sentence one by one. Number 2, I'm curious to know where you get your data from. Is it from a student's thesis or dissertation? Is it research? Is it a published dissertation? Is it an article online?
It's research by what? Business and technology. Something like some faculty macam tu kot, I think. Like journal lah, journal from faculty. Dia bukan yang thesis student.
Oh, okay. So this was research that was conducted by the academic staff. Then I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. The graphs are all there. What could I see other than controlling your nervousness? I would see that. Yeah, I think it would make a whole lot of difference if you learn to control the pacing of your presentation. The content is already there. It's just the way that you present. Have some control. Put some pauses in between sentences, in between ideas. Use more connectors so that I know you're transitioning from one point to another. Yeah. So that would be my advice for you for your next speech. All right, thank you very much. And now we have our final presenter.
Miss.
Yeah. Kumbang di kalangan bunga. Oh, there was a male presenter, the first one. First presenter was a male presenter, but never mind. Let's continue. Okay, your name is Zaim Hamidi.
Yes.
Searching for your slides. The article seems so.
At the bottom, the article is.
Did you copy paste the article to a Word form? Because I don't see any highlighted information here.
The highlighted at the bottom one.
Oh, panjangnya. Oh my God. Yeah. How many pages is this? If it comes to this, what you could do is you could just show the cover page and the end page, and in between, if it's just a few pages, you can just post a few pages that which the information you have used. That's all. You don't have to post the whole thing. Banyak ni. How do I scroll down to the bottom?
Sorry,
Miss. Too many pages. Too many pages. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I would recommend to all the students, if your article is long, it's like more than 10 pages long, I would suggest that you just copy and paste the cover page, the front page, the content pages in the information you're going to use in your outlines, and the end page. That's it. Otherwise, it'd be like I'm not going to be looking at the other pages anyways. So yeah, it's just too much data to be uploaded. Too much space, taking up too much space. Yeah. All right. There you go. Zaim, is it your name?
Yes.
Okay, let me just set up your evaluation form.
Okay.
Okay. The title of your speech is the parental control to ensure child safety on the internet using. Okay. Good topic. New topic. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you and I can see you clearly.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Miss Mastura and my fellow friends. So today I will talk about the parental control to ensure child safety in internet. Now this we can see that children nowadays are mostly using the gadget. We can see at park, mall, restaurant, and even at home. From this we can see that children nowadays are very exposed to the gadget and internet. We can see that internet has become an important part to the children's today's development. However, the internet certainly poses many threats to parents, uh, to such as exposure to inappropriate contents, cyberbullying, and online scam. So, in order to overcome the problem, the usage of parental control is one of the approaches to assist the parents to ensure the child online safe. Um, a survey of internet users has been made in 2018 by Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission. The find out of the survey is quite interesting. Firstly, you can see it at the first data. Based on the figure, the figure represents awareness on parental control by parents among internet users. Firstly, based on the figure, it shows that 62.4% of parents are aware about the parental control, while the 37.6% are not aware about the parental control. Based on the data, we can see that majority of the parents in Malaysia are very aware about the parental control. This happened because they are very worried about the child safety. Next, we look at the second data. The chart shows action taken by parents to ensure child online safety. Based on the chart shows the most action taken by the parents is set rules and limits of the internet usage to the child with 75.5%. The parents done this because they want to make sure their child is not overuse the internet that will lead to the bad things. Meanwhile, the least action taken by the parents is 7.4% action taken. This show that there are still several parents that are not actually taken care about the child safety. The benefit of parental control is the child will not is really exposed to the harm of internet. As we know, the children is the person who is easily attracted to something. As a conclusion, I can conclude that that based on the data represented, the awareness the parental control, the awareness of parental control is very important to the children in order to become a good person in future. One recommendation can be made is the parents should play their roles in order to keep their child in safe. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, Saim. Okay, one good thing about your presentation. I like the pacing. Okay, I like how you give, you use the right transitional signals to move from one slide to another. So it was easy for me to go with your flow. Okay. There's one thing that you need to make sure your slides are incomplete. Towards the end of your speech, you talk about benefits. However, when I was looking at your slides, there were no benefits, even though it should, it's just even though you have to display it in point form, the information must be provided, for me to assess for me to assess your visual aid. And another thing is that sometimes I notice that you struggle to, in terms of sentence structure, you struggle to explain in the right way. I think with a lot more practice, more preparation before you present your speech, you can improve on that aspect. All right. So that's all I've got to say about your presentation.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Right, thank you. And we're done, actually. Congratulations, everyone. You have completed your first assignment. Let me just save this. Let me just save this Zaim's evaluation form first before I wrap up the session. Okay, actually, that was quite, let me just, want to change the layout to tile so you can see everyone. Okay, so I think today's session was quite pleasant. I think because you guys are the third batch, so you might have learned from, you know, the strengths and weaknesses displayed by your peers before this, prior to this, so that was your advantage. And yeah, I hope that, you know, whatever advices that I give you, any tips that I give you for you know, to help you improve when you present or when you, doesn't matter whether it's, you know, the purpose of this course is to prepare you to make sure that you are presentable. So like when you finish this course, when you go on to the other you know, when you advance to other semesters, you have you have some tips to help you in order to become an effective presenter. All right, so that, you know, I that's why I'm very strict with how you present. You know, I talk a lot about it's not just about the content that you present, it's also how you present that's going to affect how you're going to be assessed or how people are going to perceive you, whether you make a good impression or not. Okay, so yeah, I hope you take everything with an open mind. If you take my advices with an open mind and an open heart. Maybe I can be harsh sometimes, can be a little, I am assertive, but that's just the way I prefer to say things directly and not beat around the bush or sugarcoat my words. Okay, because I think that's more effective. It makes people understand better that way. Okay, so thank you for joining. I think almost all of you were able to participate in this session. So next week, week 9, is the final week before you all, you know, it's the final week before your Raya break. So I'm going to continue with Google Meet, with another Google Meet session, but I'm going to be explaining about your persuasive speech, what kind of topics you should choose, okay, and then also explain about the outline that you have to create your draft with. Okay, so that means, yeah, class will be held as usual next week before you go off for your Raya break. All right, thank you very much, students.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, happy iftar and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Azizi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.